Hello and welcome back. I'm Holly and you're watching Kalkine TV live from Sydney. This is the Buzzing Trends. Let's get started with today's important news that could be impacting the markets. The S&P ASX 200 is down just 2.30 points today to 7,090.20. The bottom performing stocks in this index are COSTA Group Holdings, down 24.10%, and Fisher and Paykel Healthcare, which is down 9.86%. Over the last 5 days, the index has gained 1.01% and is currently 1.15% off its 52-week high. 6 of 11 sectors are higher, along with the S&P ASX 200 index. Materials is the best performing sector, gaining 0.69% and rebounding from its recent decline. This sector is off 1.68% for the past 5 days. Well, on that note, let's have a look at some major trending news. Let's have a look at the first big news, Amazon.com Incorporated, which said on May 26 that it agreed to buy Hollywood studio MGM for $8.45 billion. California-based MGM Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer produces and distributes film and television content. It also owns Epix Television Network. Nearly a century-old Hollywood studio, MGM's content includes more than 4,000 films and over 17,000 TV shows. Some popular films include James Bond and The Pink Panther, while famous TV shows include The Handmaid's Tale, Fargo, and Vikings. A group of investment management firms such as Anchorage Capital Partners and Davidson have a stake in MGM Holdings. In 2020, MGM Holdings logged revenue of $1.49 billion, decline of 3% year-on-year. Prime Video and Amazon Studios Senior Vice President Mike Hopkins said that the real value behind the deal is the treasure trove of IP in the deep catalog. The acquisition of MGM would mark Amazon's second largest deal, after it bought Whole Foods Market for $13.7 billion in 2017. And now moving on to COVID-19 related news. A new strain of SARS-CoV-2 B.1.617.2 was first detected in India and is becoming dominant and has been officially recorded in 55 territories, as per a World Health Organization report. Vaccine developers are now testing their jabs for the strain of the coronavirus. Some UK studies reveal that the vaccines developed by Oxford-AstraZeneca and Pfizer-BioNTech were more than 80% effective against this new variant. And now the next news is from the EV space. Brisbane-based Tritium, a developer and manufacturer of direct current fast chargers for electric vehicles, has entered into a definitive agreement with a special purpose acquisition company, or SPAC, Decarbonization Plus Acquisition Corporation. The company disclosed that with the deal that Tritium would be publicly listed on the Nasdaq. Moreover, on the completion of the transaction, the merger would be known as the Tritium and would trade under the new ticker DCFC on Nasdaq. Tritium was founded in 2001 and has witnessed significant revenue growth in the last 5 years. The company is valued at a whopping $1.2 billion. The company is confident that the transaction would offer substantial capital to develop Tritium's operations to 3 international manufacturing facilities. With this deal, DCRN and Tritium will work in fastening the efficient electrification of global transport. And next up, we are taking a little break before we come back.
At Kalkine
Kalkine TV will take you to the heart of the Australian equity market. We'll bring you breakthrough stories that highlight volatility, as well as tailwinds building across the length and breadth of markets. Whether space travel will gain momentum, while economies may gradually open amid vaccine rollouts, our experts will share their timely inputs. So join us on this exciting journey of live streaming, financial and stock market news. Kalkine TV. Hello and welcome back. I'm Holly and you're watching Kalkine TV live from Sydney. This is the Buzzing Trends Show. Let's have a look at this big piece of news in today's show. PAYKEL Group Limited has delivered exceptional growth during the year ending the 31st of March. The million-dollar fintech company PLT has lately recorded an exceptional year of growth, with strong loan origination growth of 64% in the year ending the 31st of March versus the previous year. A growth of 33% was noted in renewable energy originations, while personal lending remained flat year on year due to intentionally tightened credit criteria and lowered related marketing spending during the early phases of the COVID-19 pandemic. Moreover, PLT's personal lending saw a robust recovery in the second half of the year, with loan originations attaining record levels by the fourth quarter. Growth across key metrics indicates the resilience of PLT's business and its leadership strength. PLT seems suitably poised for continued growth in FY22 throughout all its lending verticals, leveraging its technology platform and customer reach. And another big piece of news on the COVID-19 pandemic coming to us from the US this time. Was COVID-19 virus leaked from Wuhan lab? Well, Biden seeks a detailed report. The US President Joe Biden has upped the ante on the investigation into the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic, ordering the US intelligence officials to conduct a detailed probe and report back in 90 days. The early investigation has zeroed in on two plausible scenarios for the origins of the pandemic: human contact or laboratory accident. I have now asked the intelligence community to redouble their efforts to collect and analyze information that could bring us closer to a definitive conclusion, Mr. Biden said in a statement. The report is to be submitted within 3 months from now. As part of the report, I have asked for areas of further inquiry that may be required, including specific questions for China, he added. As of date, among the US intelligence community, two elements think that the virus has spread through human contact, while one element thinks that it was spread through a lab leakage. All three have low or moderate confidence in their assumptions. The US president also said that he would press for a fair international investigation of the COVID-19 pandemic in China, a country that has been showing tremendous friction to foreigners. The United States will also keep working with like-minded partners around the world to press China to participate in a full, transparent, evidence-based international investigation and to provide access to all relevant data and evidence, he said. Since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in December of 2019 in China's Wuhan, the world has seen 169 million cases and 3.5 million people dead due to the contagious virus. While the virus might have ripped through countries across the world, China, its place of origin, has reported a minuscule 91,019 cases only. And next up, on that note, let's have a look at the COVID-19 vaccine development front. a glance at the latest updates from around the world. With several global pharmaceutical companies launching their respective vaccines for the adult population, they are now evaluating them in adolescents, which form a sizable section of the total population. Experts believe that herd immunity can only be achieved when we have vaccines for adolescents. As the virus continues to wreak havoc globally, with the emergence of new strains, it becomes critical to get approved vaccines in the market for youngsters. The COVID-19 pandemic continues to test the limits of the worldwide healthcare system, and has yet again brought several countries to a halt. A new strain of SARS-CoV-2 B.1.617.2 that was first detected in India is becoming dominant and has been officially recorded in 55 territories, as per the WHO report. Vaccine developers are now testing their jabs for this strain of the virus. Some UK studies reveal that the vaccines developed by Oxford-AstraZeneca and Pfizer-BioNTech were more than 80% effective against this new variant. With this backdrop, we will discuss the latest updates from the 5 global vaccine manufacturers. That is Moderna, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Sinopharm, and Novavax. But before we do that, it's time for another short break. At Kalkine TV, we'll take you to the heart of the Australian equity market. We'll bring you breakthrough stories that highlight volatility, as well as tailwinds building across the length and breadth of markets. Whether space travel will gain momentum, while economies may gradually open amid vaccine rollouts, our experts will share their timely inputs. So join us on this exciting journey of live streaming, financial and stock market news. Kalkine TV. All right, we're back, and let's now have a look at the latest updates from the first vaccine maker, Moderna Incorporated. On the 25th of May, Moderna updated the market that its COVID-19 vaccine phase 2 out of 3 clinical trial in adolescents has met its primary immunogenicity endpoint. The company highlighted that no COVID-19 positive case was observed in the study subjects who received 2 shots of its vaccine. Moderna highlighted that the vaccine demonstrated 100% efficacy. Moreover, mRNA disclosed that it would submit data to the global regulatory authorities in early June. And now let's have a look at the latest updates from the next vaccine maker, Pfizer. The US-based pharmaceutical giant has developed mRNA-based vaccine against COVID-19 with its partner BioNTech. On the 20th of May, the 2 partners announced a new agreement with the European Commission to provide 900 million shots of their COVID-19 vaccine to the European Union. The company disclosed that the new deal is in addition to the 600 million shots already committed by the companies to the EU through 2021. Earlier on, 10th of May, the 2 partners announced that the US Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, had expanded the emergency use authorization for their COVID-19 jab to include young adolescents, that is, aged 12 to 15 years. This vaccine is the first COVID-19 vaccine authorized for use in children of 12 to 15 years in the US. And next up, the next vaccine maker is AstraZeneca. According to the new study by Public Health England, 2 doses of Oxford-AstraZeneca or Pfizer-BioNTech's COVID-19 vaccine were found to be more effective than 80% against the B.1.617.2 variant. The study disclosed the effectiveness of both vaccines against the new strains of the coronavirus found in India and another one found in the UK. The study evaluated data from 1,000 people who were infected with the new COVID-19 variant. And let's now have a look at the latest updates from the next vaccine maker, Sinopharm. Earlier this month, Sinopharm's COVID-19 vaccine was awarded an emergency use approval from the World Health Organization. The company is developing a COVID-19 vaccine in collaboration with the Beijing Institute of Biological Products. This move indicates that Sinopharm's vaccine can be used to strengthen WHO-backed efforts like the COVAX initiative for equitable access to vaccines around the world. Sinopharm's vaccine is the first Chinese-made vaccine that has obtained emergency authorization from the WHO. And finally, let's have a look at the latest updates from our last vaccine maker, Novavax. Novavax is developing the recombinant protein-based COVID-19 vaccine named NVX-CoV-237. Last week, the biotech firm disclosed that it had entered into a non-binding MOU, that is, Memorandum of Understanding, with SK Bioscience and the Ministry of Health and Welfare of Korea. With this agreement, the companies will explore further collaborative opportunities in developing and manufacturing vaccines, including NVX-CoV-2373. Well, that is all for now. Keep watching Kalkine TV as we bring you the latest in news and trending market updates live from Sydney. This is Holly Shields signing off.